Hi. So, guys, some of you know Chris, some of you may not know Chris, some of you know Pierretta, some of you may not. Chris, I met Chris 2 years ago now, just about pretty much 2 years ago. And we've been involved in a couple of other projects. We got to know each other, got to, one of the first things I've noticed with Chris is a lot of he maybe didn't notice at the time, but a lot of the things we've experienced in life have been in parallel. And in our conversations since, he's said that. So he said something very funny. Maybe we were doing network in another life, who knows? But I'm delighted to be working with Chris. I'm super glad that I was able to get his attention about LifeWave, because some people have heard me say there was a bit of a military maneuver to get his attention, but I told Javi at the time, I'm going to get this guy, but it's costing me time. And so Chris has invited Pierretta. Pierretta, happy to meet you. Haven't met you yet, but Pierretta's a mum of two and has lots of animals. I don't know, dogs, cats, but they've all got fur. That's great. She's done 2 7-year stretches, you could call it that, in corporate world. You know, that British slang for jail sentence, a stretch. So she escaped from that, 8 years of being in business for herself, and has built big networks of last one over 12,000 people. So very excited to have you here. Super glad that we are at this point where, you know, what's happened with these calls and with this work, everything goes to a different stage, let's say. And I just in the stages, maybe I was doing the calls at the beginning with Chris. Chris didn't want to talk. I said, one call, time for you to talk. He was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And now I'm going to be sitting back and enjoying the calls. And then with you guys, and you're going to pass it on to other people, because this story is super organic, super exciting. I can tell you, I've got people in Spain who are very committed. They're all basically doing their own calls now, and I've got no idea who they are. And that's going to happen with you guys too. So anyway.
So yeah, I think maybe let's do that. Okay. Let me get started, then look out. You'll keep an eye out. Okay.
Cool.
Right, perfect. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome to LifeWave from wherever you are on the other side of the world. Somebody invited you onto this call this evening because you probably heard the word patch, or you heard the word LifeWave, and we talk about, have you been patched yet? So let's jump right in. What is LifeWave? LifeWave is affordable stem cell reactivation technology in the form of a patch. Basically, LifeWave patches are formulated to activate your copper peptide, which reactivates your own stem cells. I'm going to play a 2-minute clip very quick that's going to explain how the product works, a little bit of science behind it, and exactly how phototherapy works. Here goes.
Light, an ancient form of energy that goes back to the dawn of time. For us, it all begins with the sun, the source of light and life for our entire solar system. Even Einstein concluded that everything we're made of contains light. All life originates with the sun through photosynthesis. Plants and vegetation collect the light, and all living creatures emit light. Humans actually emit infrared light, which can be seen with night vision devices. We've known for centuries that light has many effects on the body. LifeWave's phototherapy patches use light to stimulate the body's natural healing systems, providing specific health benefits. Here's how the technology works. First, a patch is applied to specific points on the body. Where the patch covers the skin, infrared light emitted from the body is reflected back into the tissue. This stimulates the skin, which in turn stimulates specific regions of the brain. The brain then taps into the body's own natural flow of energy and the ability to heal itself. Let's take a look at why this is important on a cellular level. For example, a number of our patch products help counteract free radicals, oxygen molecules that damage cell proteins and contribute to visible signs of aging. When the body is stimulated through phototherapy to release its own antioxidants, these free radicals are neutralized naturally.
All right. So, George, is Pierretta back on yet?
Yes, she is. She is. She's co-host. And
Okay.
Let's see how your micro is.
No, let me carry on. We'll wait for Pierretta to come back. So LifeWave was established in 2004 in San Diego, California. LifeWave is 19 years old. That is one of the biggest things that actually got my attention when George shared LifeWave with me. LifeWave is in 84 countries around the world. And you know what does that tell me? That gives me an idea of stability and absolute exclusivity, because LifeWave is among the 50 fastest growing companies in the USA at the moment. In fact, the turnover went from $28 million in 2020, 2021 to $280 million turnover last year in 2022. Now, most companies after COVID, what's happening with them? They are closing doors. LifeWave is a company that is 10x its turnover. Now, I don't know many companies out there that are 10xing their turnover after COVID. Where did this all start? David Schmidt, he's the CEO, inventor of X39 and LifeWave. We were on a call during the course of the weekend, and David received his 133rd patent. So LifeWave has got 133 patents protecting the product and protecting the company. David Schmidt is a scientist and he's an inventor. In fact, he's a two-time recipient of the Advanced Technology Award from the International Hall of Fame. Now, this is what the patent looks like. Exclusive product with no competition. Myself, I come from the children's toy background, and I've had a product that I've launched internationally, and I wanted to apply for a patent, global patent. When I saw the cost of it, I nearly fell off my chair. You're looking at $1 million for one patent. David Schmidt owns 133 patents. So you can just imagine the amount of money, research, and development that went into creating LifeWave. All right, so why X39 stem cell activation patches? Now, this is fact. The fewer stem cells you have, the faster you age and the slower you heal. In fact, at the age of 30, only half your stem cells are active. At the age of 60, you lose almost all of your stem cell activity. That's when the gray hair starts kicking in, the wrinkles start coming, the aches and pains. That's because of stem cells being your youth gene, and this is where you actually start to age a lot quicker. So how does X39 work? X39 is made up of organic nanocrystals, which is formulated to activate your copper peptide, which reactivates your own stem cells. LifeWave patches are non-invasive, non-transdermal, hyperallergenic, and 3M medical grade. So there's nothing coming into your body, as you saw in the 2-minute clip that I showed. Nothing is coming into your body. It's non-transdermal, which is what I thought it was right in the beginning. When George shared the patches with me, I said, don't worry, I know how it works. It's like those nicotine patches. You put it on and it gets absorbed. And he sent me a voice note and said, no, Chris, the patches work on frequency. George just said that one word, frequency, and that got my attention. So we talk about activating your stem cells. We're talking about rapid pain relief, reduced inflammation, supports wound healing, energy and vitality, and then mental clarity. That is one that has changed my life. At the end of last year, I was busy on a Zoom call, totally burnt out. I was working 14, 16 hours a day. And George saw me on the Zoom call and sent me a message and said, Chris, you are not looking very healthy and I'm worried about you. I've got something that can actually help you. He sent me some information, sent me PDF, sent me a clip. I didn't really watch it. And what happened is he sent me a voice clip with a friend of his, the name of Julian, that had very good results with tinnitus. And that's what got my attention. That's what got my attention, because my girlfriend Lucinda suffers from tinnitus. So I said, George, please send me some information. He said, just scroll up. I've already sent you info. So I did. I ordered the patches. I joined immediately. The patches arrived. I put the X39 on the back of my neck. And after 5 days, I don't know if anybody on this call has ever experienced mental fog. You know, that feeling when your brain feels like it's disconnected from your body. After 5 days, it felt like this veil had been lifted off my head. And I had the most amazing clarity of thinking. I haven't experienced this since I was in my mid-20s. I knew something was happening. Shortly after that, my energy increased, massive. My dizziness went away. I've been suffering from vertigo for about 4 years, and I haven't taken dizziness tablets since I've been on the patches, which is just over 3 months. But let me tell you something, I would pay thousands a month just to keep the mental clarity that I have. It enhances sports performance, faster recovery from exercise, and ladies, and a lot of men, improved skin appearance. I saw some people yesterday that I hadn't seen in quite a while. And this gentleman said to me, Chris, you are looking younger. You are literally de-aging. A lot of my silver that's starting to come onto my face, my beard has started to go black again. And the wrinkles are starting to disappear. So how do you wear the X39 patches? The rule of thumb is 12 hours on and 12 hours off. Once you've finished wearing the patch, you throw it away, then you put a new patch on. Now, the most important thing is drinking lots of water. Now, the two places where you put the patch, this is where the case studies were done, is the back of the neck and 2 fingers above your belly button. Now, by drinking water, it assists the patches in communicating the different frequencies to the entire body. Now, before I get onto this slide, George, I want to check, has Pierretta arrived back into the Zoom room? Not yet. Okay. All right. Now, this is what happens the first couple of days after wearing the patches. In fact, the first 24 hours, 3,000 to 4,000 genes begin to reset, and the genes reset to get you to a younger and healthier state. People using X39 patches will experience an almost immediate effect through the elevation of antioxidants, a decrease in inflammation, and an increase in energy and joy. Now, this is what happens within 6 weeks. Your brain becomes balanced. I can vouch on that, and it was pretty spot on after 6 weeks, because I must admit, at the end of last year, with going through the burnout that I went through, I was actually starting to feel quite depressed. And within 6 weeks, I cannot believe how my total outlook towards life has changed. A lot of people are saying, Chris, you are bouncing, you're looking good, and you're looking happy. And that's what happens after 6 weeks, because your brain becomes balanced. Physical changes start to occur. Decreases in PTSD, anxiety, and depression. As I mentioned to you, the mental clarity, no more foggy brain. Even if you don't feel the effects, be rest assured the new stem cells may be regenerating an internal organ or tissue before repairing something that you feel. So you might be thinking to yourself, I want to experience something that might help with a certain pain that you might have. And what's actually happening initially is your stem cells are busy fixing an area in your body that might be needing help first. In other words, you might have something happening with your liver or your kidney or something like that. It goes to do the work there first. Now, remember, each person's body is different. So some people are going to feel an effect immediately, and some might take a little bit longer. I'll discuss that more in detail shortly. Now, remember, don't forget, drink lots of water. Now, this is what happens within 3 months. Active stem cell repair, collagen is increased, wrinkles decrease, hair and nails grow faster. I used to cut my nails every 2 weeks. I'm now cutting my nails literally every week. It also supports structural integrity of both the skeletal and muscular systems. Now, your stem cells are now actively creating deep healing in your body and repairing damage caused by the aging process that now becomes continuous and accumulative. Now, what does continuous and accumulative mean? People ask, all right, if I've been using it for 3 months, I'm feeling great, I'm looking younger, then if I want to stop using the patches, well, you're more than welcome to stop, but guess what's going to happen? You're slowly going to start going back to the original state of, well, let's call it aging a lot faster. Here we're talking about the aging. All right, now this is what happens within 6 months. Reverse aging. Vascular age is reduced. In a recent study, 14 out of 15 people lowered their vascular age by an average of 8 years after just 6 months of using X39. How long we live is determined by the health of our stem cells. David Schmidt, he talks about it's not anti-aging, it's age reversing. And now I'm going to hand over to Pierretta.
Hi, everyone. Sorry
Hey,
about that. Connectivity is a bit of a challenge.
It's awful when that happens, but it's
the joys. Okay, guys, so pretty much just to add on what Chris said, David Schmidt has advised that you use a 90-day protocol. Now, what that really just means is that you should use it for a minimum of about 90 days to really start seeing the results. Some people see it in minutes, others see it in days, hours, and so forth. But honestly, to just really have these stem cells reactivated and getting back to where they are supposed to be, you're looking at about 90 days. Commit to 90 days. Honestly, if my stem cells have been reactivated and I am going to look 20 when I'm 80, why in the world would I want to stop? So just please, we're adding this again into our presentation. It's very important that if you aren't seeing any results, it's because you are really dehydrated. So for the third time, please drink lots of water, because there is only one way for the messages to get to the cells, and that is with the water. So if you aren't using the water as the transportation device. Okay, so what LifeWave has done, and especially Quantum Field team, they've put together a stunning website for us. It's called the startx39.com. You can go there. It's got that fabulous 2-minute video that you watched in the beginning. It's got a whole bunch of testimonials and another 18-minute video where David goes into such deep conversation in terms of what the X39 actually does do for us, and exactly how it works. So it really is worth the visit. Please go and check it out. Then just a couple of testimonials. Guys, when I saw these photos, they always say a photo speaks 1,000 words. Now, honestly, these photos really do. This is a typical study of topography that was done. It was done on 12 participants between the age of 50 and 80 years of age. They did a P3 EEG brain mapping. Now, what that pretty much means is they take a brain and then they put it under this P3 EEG. And then what it does is the red parts that you are seeing in session 1 is pretty much the inflammation that you see in the brain. So after 3 weeks, you can see that there's almost no red, which means that the inflammation is almost gone. After 6 weeks, you barely even see a red dot. Now, this is phenomenal. I have never even seen tablets work this way. So for one little tiny patch to do all of that is just absolutely mind-blowing. When you look at these photos, you'll see that in 30 minutes, you can see the top left, you'll see that there is so much inflammation in that back. And then 30 minutes later, you can see how it is actually reduced in the bottom photo. The same on the top right-hand side to the bottom. You can just see that there is so much inflammation and it's gone within 30 minutes. I have never seen anything work the way that this does. If you take a look at the horses, I mean,
this was 8 months with Eon, this horse.
Yeah, absolutely. 8 months. And I always say, you know, people are very skeptical and then they say, oh, but isn't this just a placebo effect? Now, honestly, it could be. I mean, we always make ourselves very wise, but a horse doesn't lie because it cannot tell you. So the scans done on this horse, I mean, 8 months, you can see how huge the inflammation was and how really bad this horse was looking. And 8 months later, it looks like a brand new horse. It doesn't even look like the same horse. So this is just what this tiny patch can do on horses. I mean, this is psoriasis of 10 days. You can see there on the left-hand photo, that's before the X39, very red and inflamed. And literally, you can see as the days go on, it just gets better and better and better to almost normal 10 days later. On this photo, it was an operation that was done. There is stitching that was done. 12 days later, you could barely even see the scar. Guys, usually at 7 days, they are taking out your stitches. So when you are saying 12 days, which is almost 2 weeks, and there is barely any scarring left, that is just phenomenal, phenomenal. When you look at this lady, you're looking at, honestly, if I could look like that in a year, bring on those patches. I'll put on 2-3 a day if I have to get those kind of results. I've never seen anything work like that. I always tease and I say, yes, my friend Mahdi, she went for these stem cell injections with the lady that brought it to South Africa, but she only did her face. And in South African terms, that was about 33,000 Rand. So you're looking at about, if you're now converting to US, you're looking at about $2,000 just to do her face with stem cell injections. So I always laugh at her and I go, Mahdi, you're looking 18 in your face, but the rest of you still sagging at 40. So if we can get these results with a patch, and you could obviously redo your whole body is just having this complete age reversal, why not? Guys, look at this, 45 days, those crow's feet around the eyes are almost gone. This poor lady with Bell's palsy, look at the recovery 3 months later. I have never seen anything work like that. When you look at the next one, this is a pretty graphic photo. In the first one with some serious scarring and bruising. There's a lot of tissue repair going on here, but I mean, this is 7 weeks. And if you just look at even the texture of his skin, not only in his face, but in his neck as well, it looks like a completely different man. Here we have a finger which was repaired. In fact, the finger was completely off. They sewed it back on, and literally 21 days later, it doesn't even look as if anything happened to that finger. Generally, this kind of thing would take months. It would take 2, 3, 4 months before it would actually start looking normal. Look at this after 5 months. It's remarkable to me. I always say it looks as if they've got the life back in their eyes. You know, it's not just, if you look at the wrinkles and all of that, it's very puffy, and but even the eyes, you know, the actual eye itself looks dull. So what I love about
you're breaking up again. Your sound has disappeared again.
I wasn't
Someone
sure.
watching.
I wasn't sure if it was my internet or. I think you better.
Yeah, I think let's wait for P's mic to come back on. I mean her sound to come. Oh, P, we can't help you. We can't. No, we can't hear you.
This
Oh.
is
George, can you hear Pierretta? Or does it sound the same for me?
Whoa.
Oh no! Oh my goodness!
Now this is just remarkable. I mean,
Ah,
her
there we go.
eyes have lifted, the puffiness around her eyes. If you look at the loose skin around her neck, how that is completely cleared away. Guys, these are
Oh my goodness. Okay, Pierretta fell off there. All right, then looking at this person's hair, check out this growth after only 6 weeks of using the X39. This picture blows my mind. This is only after 9 weeks. Look at the brown marks, how that's gone away, and look at the underneath of her eyes. Also, look at the side of the mouth, how that's been lifted up together with the neck. Here's some more before and after photos. This is after only 5 months being on the X39. This person, I think, fell off a bicycle or a motorbike. Look at the repair in after only 5 days. This is 6 weeks. I've been on the X39 where a person's balding. Look at the hair coming back. And this picture is absolutely amazing. This is after 3 months of being on X39. George, there's hope. By the end of the year, George is going to have a mop of hair.
Well, the gap between seems to be getting less, that's for sure. I told the barber to keep an eye on it, and he's signing up.
No, awesome. Why don't you quickly tell us about these slides quickly? Very interesting story behind it.
So this is, I find this really interesting. When the first patch that David Schmidt came out with, he was called the Energy Enhancer. This patch was developed because he was contracted by the Department of Defense in the United States to create something so that submariners didn't need to have caffeine or Red Bull type products to keep their energy up. So he developed this technology, and the first patch was Energy Enhancer. But what happened, when the towers went down, in his words, he said the Department of Defense had other priorities and nobody was taking my calls. So he thought to himself, what do I do? I've developed this. Let me see if I can take it to the public, which is when he began to set up his company. While he was in that first period, he was like, how am I going to sell this? And they looked into, he and people who believed in him, they looked into radio, television, and so on and so forth. However, he's in a conversation with a gentleman who happened to be a network marketer. I've heard him say it twice. The other day it was not on a plane, but the time I heard him, he said he was on a plane with this gentleman, and the man said to him, listen, this is really interesting. Can I tell my friend doctor in California? Who in turn said to David, can I tell my other friend, another doctor? Who in turn said, this doctor was the doctor to the Olympic swimming team, who introduced him to the coach. And he found himself 3 weeks later patching the Olympic swimming team and Michael Phelps, and we all saw what they did in 2004. One did really, really well. In that process, of course, eyebrows were raised and people saying, you know, what is this stuff? And he had to prove to the Olympic Committee that it was non-transdermal, and it passed the US anti-doping regulations, so they were able to use it. And since then, many other people have used it, including basketball guy Sean May, David Beckham, opera singers here. I think we got this motorcycle champion. He uses X39. X39 is the second to last patch which has come out, X49 being the last one. And he uses it for concentration on his forehead, so that he can really, because when you're driving fast in those situations, be right on your game. So I love that story, and this should give us all really a lot of confidence and a posture when we're talking about LifeWave and X39 and the products. And as Chris said, he saw it was patented. When I came across this, I came across a video. Somebody sent me a video and they said, look, you really need to look at this. And I'm going, I'm not interested in stem cells. They're stolen placentas and aborted fetuses. It sounds barbaric to me. And they said, no, this is totally different. And I thought, no, another half-hour video? Oh, I can't. But I'm actually really glad I did. And when I saw this video and I understood what David Schmidt was saying, number one, the guy, he was, I found him to be very gentle, spoke really well, humble guy. And when I understood what his, the trajectory of development of X39, and understood that it's doing something from, not from the outside in, like vitamins and powders and all of those, it's doing something from the inside out, then I said, I have to try it. And I tried it. And then the next thing is I said, before it arrived, I need to speak to somebody in my upline. And that's how I got to know Javi. So.
Awesome. Thanks for that, George. Yeah, I agree with you. It gives you a confidence when you know that you are talking about a product that works and is patented. Pierretta just sent me a message. She is back on.
Okay, hang on.
Okay.
So have this out of the way. Let me see. Go here and make her co-host again. And make co-host. Yeah, we need Pierretta's energy. She's definitely okay. Ask to unmute. Put your video on. When you got
Right, well, you try and get Pierretta on, and I'll carry on with the presentation. You guys can butt in when you're ready, okay? So we've all heard of Tony Robbins. He's an author, international speaker. He's been on the circuit for 30 years now. And in his new book on health, Tony Robbins mentions stem cell therapy and peptide therapy. In fact, that is on chapter 2 and chapter 3. Now, he personally had stem cell injections into his body, which healed his shoulder overnight, and thus he's a believer of it. Stem cells have proven to help the body treat and even heal most chronic health conditions and even life-threatening injuries. But now the problem is with typical stem cell injections and peptide therapy, they're expensive, and they are very, very expensive. In fact, when you watch Olga and Javi's story about their son last year spending $22,000 on traditional stem cell treatment with very, very little results, where we're looking at, we'll get to the price of how cheap the patches are shortly compared to traditional stem cell injections. This is where we talk about the patches literally at a fraction of the cost. Is Pierretta back?
Pierretta's back, but no video.
Any voice?
Hi guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, there we go. You're back. Right, take over.
Okay, so I am keeping off my video. I think that's what's making it bomb out every single time. So if you guys will just be with me, if you look at my picture of myself and my beautiful son, but at least you can hear me. So I'm back.
Fantastic. Awesomeness.
All right. So to pick up there where Chris left off, I just want to say that, yeah, that book is just absolutely phenomenal. And honestly, if we take into account all the money that has been spent in terms of stem cell therapy and what we actually have in the X39, it's just absolutely mind blowing. I mean, X39 has been around for about 3.5 years. And as Chris says, us in South Africa, we didn't even know about it. We didn't even know that it existed. So, for us, this is absolutely brand new, and we are so excited to have it here. But over and above our X39, we always have these supportive products as well, which are just absolutely phenomenal. So you've got a patch for sports, especially for the guys like doing Ironman and that kind of thing. It's just really boosts you and gives you that extra stamina. You've got a pain patch called Ice Wave. As Chris says, it's his sleepy patch. We actually call it Silent Nights, but Chris always says it's his sleepy patch. So, and then you've got a nice stress one, you've got another one for stamina. So immune system, weight loss, energy, and then you've got the mood, the animals, and the skin. Now, guys, the mood, animal, and skin's unfortunately not available in South Africa, but for the other countries, it definitely is, and I would highly recommend them. So let's get to the nitty gritty. We keep telling you that stem cell therapy is really, really expensive. So what would you think to pay for this? Because, I mean, we're talking $7,000, we're talking $10,000, we're talking $22,000. And honestly, if I had to tell you that the retail price on these are $150, you probably wouldn't believe me. So the X39, guys, is $150 to buy the retail price if you are a non-member. And then if you buy any of the other patches like the Ice Wave or the Silent Nights to help you sleep, that's another $80. One sleeve contains 30 patches. That's a month's supply. Please remember to add your country tax and delivery. Now, if you wanted to get this at wholesale price, you would get your X39 at $100. That would mean you would become a member of LifeWave. You then get your additional products such as your Ice Wave and your Silent Nights. You would get at between $50 and $70. Guys, always remember that these prices that we give you, once again, please add country tax as well as delivery. So we have two sets of wholesale price packages. The first one is your bronze kit. It's $124.95. It's one sleeve of X39. It includes a 25 Rand registration or enrollment fee, which is once off. You never have to pay that again. So as you can see, should you become a wholesale customer, you will already save yourself $25 just off the retail price. As you keep ordering, your next order of X39 is only $100. Now, guys, when they originally decided to launch the X39, they were looking at between $400 and $500 per sleeve. Now, for you to get it at $100, that is an absolute joke. If you wanted to upgrade to silver, that would mean that you would be paying $300. You would get 3 sleeves of X39. Now, keep in mind, if you only wanted 2 sleeves of X39, you could take 2 of the additional products like the Ice Wave or the Energy or any one of those. You could take 2 of those sleeves in the place of 1 X39. If you take a silver kit, you're once again saving the 25 Rand enrollment fee. And then you buy at wholesale price immediately. From there on out, your X39 is then again $100 as you order. Okay, Chris, I'm going to leave it over to you because the next part is really exciting. That's when you really want to get into this business. And Chris has taken this absolutely full storm and he's run with it. So he's going to be the best guy to tell you about the business builder kits. Over to you, Chris.
Awesome. Thanks, P. Cool. So that's the 2 wholesale kits, the bronze kit for $125 and the silver kit for $300. Then the business builder kits, we got the gold, which is $500, and that gives you 5 sleeves of X39. Then we have the platinum kit, which is $1,000, 12 sleeves of X39, and then the diamond kit, which is $1,600. You get 19 sleeves of X39. Once you are diamond, you then purchase the X39 for only $84. Now, the most amazing thing with LifeWave is you can upgrade your kit at any given time and you only pay the difference. So in other words, if you register at silver and you go, oh, 2 weeks later, you're thinking, I should have gone for gold because now I want to get patches for your family members. You're thinking, oh, now I've got to join at 500. No. If you're already at silver and you want to move over to gold, you've already paid the $300. So all you do is pay in the difference, which is the $200, and that gets you to the gold kit. This is something that is very different and unique in the industry. As we mentioned earlier on in the presentation, one of the biggest things that really got my attention when George shared LifeWave to me was, number one, obviously the patent, which means no competition, and a 19-year-old company. We actually call it a 19-year-old startup company because Pierretta mentioned earlier, how come we've never heard of LifeWave before? Because the first, basically 10 years, the first decade, they were really putting all the case studies and the test results and all the patents in place. So yeah, 19-year-old startup company, which, as I mentioned earlier, went 10x their turnover in a very short time frame and in 84 countries around the world. That is something that got my attention because stability and exclusivity. In fact, the stem cell market is worth $12 billion a year. That was as of 2021, and it's growing, growing at a steady rate of 10% exponentially every year. I love this picture. David Schmidt says, you have an incredible opportunity before you today, the opportunity to bring the healing power of light to everyone around you. This is an entrepreneur's dream literally coming true. An established company, cutting edge science, over 100 patents, 133 to be exact, with no competition. We are in the right place at the right time with the right product. I'm going to play a quick 6-minute clip that really sums everything up, and you're actually going to see David Schmidt in action. Here goes.
It's not too often that an opportunity comes along that puts you in the right place at the right time with the right product. But that's exactly where you find yourself as you discover the power of LifeWave technology and the opportunity it represents for you. Our mission? To share products with the world that enhance the health, wellness, beauty, and longevity of every person we encounter. If that resonates with you, take a moment and imagine. Have you heard about the billions being spent in the race to cash in on the promise of stem cells? We're told the possibilities in the future for improving our health and wellness using stem cell science for big pharma are huge. But what if the future was now? What if you could be perfectly positioned to take advantage of the stem cell revolution today? Partnering with an established company with proven technology, using a business distribution system that puts you in the driver's seat now. Too good to be true? Absolutely not.
It's what the world wants. We don't want drugs. We don't want injections. We don't want surgery.
I've never seen anything like this in 21 years of being a doctor, anything coming close to doing what this technology does for people.
This is a pivotal moment in alternative medicine and in the future of technology and healing and helping people.
Stem cells are the future. As a wellness company, we needed to be part of the stem cell revolution. And with X39, that's exactly what's happened.
That's David Schmidt, LifeWave's founder, CEO, and inventor of X39, his latest breakthrough in what is wearable, virtually weightless technology.
I'm now 50 years old and I feel like 30 years.
In 2 days, X39, my knee pain was really gone.
It's a really fun thing to share with people because everybody is amazed by it.
What does X39 do? It harnesses light to elevate a copper peptide proven to activate stem cells.
We're bringing regenerative science to everyone, and we're doing it safely and inexpensively and with extraordinary benefits. So this is why we have such an advantage in the marketplace and what makes our opportunity for our business builders so enormous.
This is cutting-edge science with no competition that's safe, affordable, non-invasive, and drug-free. We have an X39 video that tells you all about the science, so be sure to watch it. But with over 80 clinical studies behind it and multiple worldwide patents protecting it, the science is settled.
It's a game changer. There is absolutely no competition.
You're not going to be able to find this in any other different company.
So where do you come in? Our distribution model is network marketing, an industry that approaches $200 billion a year in sales worldwide. People telling people about products and building teams of team builders that accelerate that word of mouth. It's big business, and LifeWave is growing fast within it.
It's very unusual that you would have cutting-edge science make its way into network marketing. But as it turns out, because our products produce immediate effects, immediate benefits, sharing the product face-to-face makes it the ideal way to share the technology.
The only thing you have to do is go out and share it with people. That's it.
You don't have to be a medical doctor like me. Everybody can do this.
You try the patch and you love it.
The reaction that people give us is like, wow.
With warehouses now in multiple countries, distribution in over 100, and the capability to manufacture millions of units per month already in place, LifeWave is ready for you. Just think about who you know and all the people they know that would like more energy without the buzz, to reduce or eliminate pain, to sleep better, all without drugs, to look and feel younger without risky procedures. The list of benefits using our products is long. The market's vast. Are you starting to get the idea here? You're on the threshold of something significant. I mean, think about it. This is an opportunity with global reach where there's help and support alongside you every step of the way, and it's all fueled by a science that has no competition. As a member, you have an incredible array of marketing support, training, and business services that allow you to focus on what's important, spreading the word about LifeWave and helping us expand.
The growth in the future is going to be fast because of X39.
Once you learn about the X39 and you see what it's doing for people, for me, I feel like it's an obligation to share it.
Today, more and more people are really looking for solutions for a better lifestyle.
Everybody wants to look younger, everybody needs more sleep, wants to have more energy, wants to get rid of pain.
And LifeWave is fun because you're making a difference in people's lives. It's not a little difference, it's a big difference.
LifeWave gave my children their mother back. When you're able to move someone's health as much as we can with LifeWave, see what change that make into people's life, that's amazing. It is. You can literally change someone's life. And I love that.
So there you have it. Look, whatever you want, however high your goals, however big your dreams, it's all possible with LifeWave. So be sure to get back to the person who suggested you watch this video and get started today. Try X39 or one of our other fantastic products so you can learn for yourself what all the excitement is about when it comes to LifeWave. Whatever you do, though, be sure to get started today because the clock is ticking. The time is now. You don't want to miss out. We're building LifeWave to $1 billion company. Let's do it together.
Guys, did you hear that one? $1 billion with a B, not a a B. $1 billion turnover is what they're projecting in 2025. We are at the beginning of something so special. As David said on Saturday night, we haven't even scraped the surface yet. We're only getting started. Take a picture if you got your camera, or take a screenshot of this page. So important. As Pierretta mentioned earlier, the startx39.com website, all the information you could ever want regarding the product, the Facebook, Quantum Field, X39 Facebook. You can do a search there, YouTube clips, YouTube channels. Guys, all the tools are literally at your fingertips. That is something that is so absolutely amazing, so professionally done, having all the tools. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, get back to the person who invited you onto this call this evening. And we're all here to help. We're here to assist. And Pierretta's back. She's got her hand back up. Yay, Pierretta's back.
Sorry, Chris. I just wanted to remind everyone. I know, sometimes people run in the other direction when they hear that it's network marketing. And I just kind of wanted to remind everyone that every time you go and watch a movie, and it was a really great one, because I mean, like, one of my favorites was Top Gun Maverick. So when I watched it, I literally told everybody that I could get hold of for the next 2 weeks. I said, guys, have you seen this movie? And you have to go and watch it. And then Avatar came out, and I had said to everyone, guys, have you seen this? You've got to go and see it. It was so phenomenal. Speaking about Avatar, I love the fact that that also falls on frequency. So obviously, as you said earlier, our patches are just it's complete frequency. So this is just what excites me. But not to get off my trail. We do this every day. We tell people about movies. We tell them where the next special is at the grocery store. We literally tell everybody where we had our car service and where we got such great service from them. So at the end of the day, we do marketing, network marketing between our friends and co-workers every single day anyway. So people get so scared when they hear the word network marketing. It's like this big no-no. But at the end of the day, network marketing has made more millionaires than any other industry. So guys, don't be scared. I mean, honestly, what's the worst that could happen? You put a patch on one of your friends or family members and they actually get healthy. I mean, how bad is that? Or you put a patch on them and they start looking younger. I think maybe if they look younger than me, that might be a problem.
I think a lot of people got burned about network marketing opportunities because it was always the opportunity and not the product. Here we have something absolutely different. We have a product that works. And so many families, it's not only a single person that's health improved, the whole family life improves because that one person's health is back to where it should have been. I mean, we have stunning stories to tell. So that's the difference here. One of the people in my Spanish group, she came up with the phrase, sanándonos en red, healing ourselves as a network. And I think that's a really great way to describe it.
Yeah, so true. So true. Love it as well. Love it, love it. It was so awesome presenting with you tonight. This is, Pierretta and I, we've presented together on live stages in front of hundreds of people in the past. And tonight was the very first time we shared the screen together. And it was a privilege and it was an honor. And I'm looking forward to a lot more. And I think what we should do is, I think we should have myself and Pierretta presenting again next week, Wednesday. And we can run it as we prepared yesterday, but we made a plan. You jump in and fill in the gaps, but otherwise, I think Pierretta, you did a fantastic job, and I'm looking forward to next week presenting again with you. Are you happy with that?
Thanks, Chris.
Lovely.
Oh, fantastic. All right, guys. Well, we're going to hop on to another call. David is on now. So
for everybody, David Schmidt is now on a call to do with women's health. So we're going to leave the compensation plan for now.
It's really awesome. Thank you for
Poor Pierretta. So look, just everybody, same time, same link tomorrow, and we're doing a workshop.
Screen with me tonight. It see me too much, so hopefully next week we'll definitely.
Can't wait. You can hear only never second word, like every 10th word of you. But yeah, cool. We'll be ready next week. Cannot wait, guys. Thank you so much for your time, and get back to the person who invited you onto the call, and then on our 333 group, Lucinda's going to put the link for David Schmidt talking. I think he's probably on right now. We probably missed the first 5 minutes, but let's finish this call, and then we can move. Oh, sorry, George. Yeah.
No, same time, same place tomorrow.
Same place, same time tomorrow. We're going to be doing some training, and we will let you guys know in the group. George and I, we've always got a bunny out the hat to pull out, so we can have fun. See you guys tomorrow, guys. Love you all. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.